Hi guys, welcome to my channel where I share all things channeled, including some of my channeled guide art and quantum energetic field readings. Today I've got a tree channeling for you. And so before we dive straight into the tree channeling, I thought I would just give you a little bit of history, a little bit of background history like on this tree. So you're sort of not going in blind, and you have a bit of a understanding of this tree and what he's all about. So this tree is living in New South Wales, and like I'm in Queensland. So I don't have free access to this tree, and I've never been to visit this tree myself, like in person. It resides on the side of a lake or a body of water, like it could be like the entranceway to the ocean, and there's a nature reserve like there, so like it's been quite cleared, so it's just like all grass, and then smack bang like in the middle is this massive like big tree. There's no other trees around it, just this huge like tree, and this tree is like it's well over 100 years old, right? It's so huge, like it's just massive. It's the type of tree that you would find like in fantasy storybooks. And so the limbs are huge, and it's got like war wounds, and it's got like big gnarly like bits hanging off it, and it's got massive big roots that are extending out above the earth. And this person is just energetically drawn to like its field and just loves spending time around it, and over the last few years has been photographing it like quite a lot. And so they shared with me like some of the photos, and straight away pop out at you like these power animals, totem animals. Like you can see in the tree like all of these beings like lions and tigers and owls and foxes and bears and monkeys and things like that. So there's and all these light beings like emanating from the trunks of this tree and the boughs of this tree. And also there's like pixies and elementals, and even once like I saw in the fork of a tree like the miniature humans like sitting at a dining table, like sitting in the fork like of the bough of like the tree. Yes, so we decided that I would channel like the tree and get some information about like its history and what was going on with all the light beings like that it was hosting. But this person also had a question, as we were going to pose questions to the tree. Like they also had a question about like the cloud formations that they're drawn to as well, and many of us like are. And like there's the stargates and the portals and the doorways like opening up in the clouds, and the beings and coming and going, and who's creating like the stargates and the portals, and like who's using them. Like she's sensing that there's people or beings like using them, but like is not quite sure. So we asked the tree like that as well. So but like I said, I just wanted to give you the heads up there, because of you might think, well, that's a random question, right? So I think that's about it. You might want to sit back, relax, maybe close your eyes, and take the journey with me. Initial greeting. As I prepared to approach the tree, I was aware I needed to bring 3 things, 3 crystals. This is because in traditional shamanic journeys through gateways, you would leave or gift 3 things to the gatekeeper as your passageway, your ticket to passage. The tree is sleeping. I brought with me a green obsidian, a selenite wand, and a rose quartz, and placed them at the base of the tree as a gift to show that I come in peace and love. On placing, the tree wakes up and opens one eye. Its spiritual eye. I tell the tree I have been sent there by the lady who takes photos and ask if we can communicate. The tree states that there is a key placed somewhere on its trunk and instructs me to find it and bring it to him. It feels like a hymn. I circle the tree 2 or 3 times before finding what I think could be the key, seemingly carved, but not, into the bark of the base of one of its limbs. It's more like a hologram and it's a symbol, but the symbol is hard to grasp as it's moving and changing quite rapidly into multiple other symbols, like a fast-moving slideshow of different symbols, and I can't hold the memory of any one of them for more than a few seconds. However, the mere discovery and recognition of this is enough to activate change, and the symbols morph into a black hole like a doorway has just been opened, and out of the black hole emerges a triangular rainbow prism, much like the shape of an orgonite pyramid. At first I think, well, that must be the key. The rainbow prism is the key. But then I'm telepathically instructed by my higher self to hold the rainbow prism up to the sunlight. The sunlight's energy activates it, and 4 rainbow beams burst forth from its 4 corners. This sets it into a circular motion. As it whirs, it starts to create patterns, and out of the patterns emerge 3 symbols that flicker in alternation. The first symbol is a wave. The second symbol is a point of light. The third symbol is an incomplete triangle with a dot at the top, all in rainbow light colours. Together they make up this symbol. The point I know stands for 0 point. The waves are photons of light. I'm not sure about the rest. My higher self tells me this is the key the tree asked for. I don't need to fully understand it, but merely remember it and take this remembrance back to the tree. I telepathically hold the whirring rainbow pyramid and return it to its home, and on arriving back at the tree's spiritual eye, describe what happened. The tree tells me I am now worthy. He states he would have communicated with me otherwise, if only out of boredom, but only on a superficial level. The fact that I was able to retrieve the key shows a certain level of understanding and that he can afford to go much deeper with me. I thank him and ask if he will start by telling me his name. Please, what is your name? As you know, we are not encumbered by names, but you may reference me as Grandeur. A reference, I realise, to both grandeur and grandeur. What's in a name anyway but the ideals of others? Yes, a reflection of how we see ourselves or others, not just their physicality, but also their energy fields and how they express themselves, what it is they are inclined to do. Correct. So, I get that you are grand, but are you indeed a doorway? Of sorts, that is correct. What exactly are you then? More of a window than a doorway. A window of opportunities. A window of ceaseless opportunities. The doorways and gateways are the opportunities held within. They open and close sometime at will. Different doorways provide different opportunities. Not all are open to all. Some are only open to some, and you will find the odd one only open to one, and it may also only open once. The variables are endless. We speak of only a few. These are some of the examples we choose to give. There is much more going on than you know. You speak of we. Who is the we? Us, we, being the collective. We are many. We are not just one being, but are many united and working mostly as one. Occasionally we get one renegade who tries to go it alone, but it doesn't always work out successfully, and often the rest of us will suffer in the process. We are quick to recover, however, as the many outnumber and outweigh the deeds of the minority of one, or two or three, purely by our energy mass. So in your terms, I guess you would call us a group consciousness. It didn't start out like this, but evolved over time. It's collective magnetic field. The stronger the field, the stronger the pull, and the more we draw to us, hence our magnetic pull to humans also. They feel it, and if drawn, become part of our field, even as they reside at home. This is how we extend ourselves. This is how we travel. This is how we expand our conscious awareness. What is it, Grandeur, you wish us to know right now? To feel into things a little bit more, or should we say to feel into things on a different level to what you have been. Feelings themselves are doorways, but when we talk of feelings, we are not talking of emotions, which are two different things. Oh no, feelings are much more insightful. Feelings, true feelings, are without labels, without words, without thoughts. They just are. They often exist without knowing or realizing. They're just there, hidden and unrecognized, just below the surface. We, or humans, attend to them very little, which is a shame, as this is a grand way to explore and expand your universe. Less thinking and doing, and more sitting in silence, or just being, switching off all the external lights and switching on all the internal. You are the doorway you have been looking for. We are merely the tool, the mirror to reflect that back at you. Whatever you see in us is within you also. Thus, the answers lay within. All of the external is just a catalyst to finding your true path home. Right now you are in a maze, the maze of life. There are clues all around to help you find your way out of the maze. We are but one such clue, or should I say we are many clues melded into one. We are an alternative route to the same means or end, just a different pathway to journey down, an alternative pathway to gain knowledge and understanding from. As we, you and I, are one, as you explore and get to know us, so do you explore and get to know thyself. The two are inextricably linked. You can't have one without the other. It's the yin and the yang of it. But please, understand and remember that what you find in us is within you also. We ask you not to forget the self in this picture. So if you discover something within us, a doorway, a gateway, a code, then search that out in yourself also. Where does that hide or reside within you? For example, we contain the doorway to hell. Do not fear, this is just an example, but a very telling one. Yes, how did you feel when Grandeur said that? That feeling is very telling, and not what you thought, but how you actually felt. I think he was trying to get a reaction out of you and link you more in touch with your feelings. If we contain the doorway to hell, so do you. Where does that reside within you? How and when did it get there? What is it doing there? Does it belong there? What is its purpose? Is it assisting or hindering? If hindering, what can be done to turn that around? How can you work with it to do that for your highest good and the good of the all? You see, we are just a mirror to discover more about you, about the self, and yes, we contain stargates and the like, and embody many codes of light, and so do you. Do not forget the you. Where are your stargates? Where are your codes of light? Where do they reside within you? The many faces you see on me are the many facets of life. These are represented within you also. Each and every human being has the facets of the one. These are merely expressions of energy. All energy can be explored, and when integration and embodiment of that energy occurs, expansion toward the one is inevitable. Grandeur, can you please tell me anything about the gates, or the entities using the gates? First and foremost, and this is going to turn things on its head, the gates are not real. The gates are a projection of your own mind, put there by yourself to give a greater understanding to the meaning and existence of all life. If the gates are not real, then the entities using them are not real also. As the gates, are a projection of your own mind, only you can know what they are doing there and why, and who is using the gates and why. For example, we contain the gate to eternal dreams. If we contain the gate to eternal dreams, so do you. We, as do you, decide who and what has access to this gate and what lies behind it. Perhaps we attach a gatekeeper and a key. This is because we only want to allow certain energies to enter this domain to experience what lies there. As each energy enters and experiences, they add their energy and energetic imprint to that dimension, that realm, and thus it is wise to be cautious and discerning about entry. We created both the realm of eternal dreams and thus the gate to eternal dreams to be able to have that experience. Remember, these experiences are facets that bring us closer to the One. But we are a tree and are unable to enter the gate to eternal dreams and experience there. Thus a new creation is born, perhaps a human or perhaps an gargoyle, who would both have very different journeys and thus they experience for both us and the all. For what purpose, you may ask? To return as one. Everything, every path, every journey, every experience leads back to the One. So hopefully we have explained that adequately, and here we come full circle to ask, what have you created and why? What is the gateway? Gateways? Who has access to them and why? What experience lies behind them? How does that experience bring you closer to the One? Why are you yourself not traveling this gateway realm that you created? Is there something you're concerned about? Thus the creation of other entities to do the exploring for you, so that you may have that experience yourself through them. It is very similar to the one source energy sending humans to planet Earth to have that earthly experience, if that makes sense. So to recap, the gates are your creation. The entities are your creation. The experience of those entities using those gates are your creation. Everything is your creation. You are the one source energy creating a creation within a creation to have an experience within an experience. And so it is. Thank you, Grandeur. Is there anything you feel we need to do or understand at present? Yes. Understand thyself. Understand thyself as the creation of the one true Creator. Let go of hearsay and conjecture. Instead, explore your inner realms. Stop projecting outwardly. Instead, start exploring inwardly. Start with sitting and feeling, sitting in silence. Remember, true feeling is without words, without thoughts, without labels, without attachments to thoughts, words, ideas or things, wants or desires. Let go of the monkey mind. Let go of the attachments. This is not an easy feat and takes practice. Start in small increments, 3 to 5 minutes a day. Afterwards, feel your energy and vibration expand, and at the same time you come to an inner peace and calm state. You start to glow, lift, vibrate, elevate. Your cares start to drop away. You access a new, deeper level of understanding and experience. Your heart expands naturally. You do not need to try and make this happen. It just happens as a result of this exercise. You walk the path of light. The path of light is, well, light. It feels light, looks light, is light. So as you become more of the light, you change density, frequency, vibration. This is how you elevate. This is how you ascend. Let go of thought energy. Thought energy is dense energy. Thought energy weighs one down and anchors one to the lower realms. If one must think, focus or concentrate on high vibratory thoughts. Observe one's thoughts, how often, how long, etc., and replace dense thoughts with those of a lighter vibration. Mindlessness is the key. Thank you, Grandor. What is the significance of the girl that you show me in your trunk? She is both an angelic being, your inner child, and your higher self, your guide. She has come to show you the way, to guide you back to yourself, your true inner self, which is that of an angelic light being. She is both a mirror and a reflection of you, past, present, and future. She shares images and aspects of herself, as well as experiences, not always pleasurable in nature, to aid in getting to know and recognize oneself better. She is another form of creative projection, a projected creation and energy aspect of thyself. To get to know and understand her better is to get to know and understand thyself better. Invite her in, merge with her, converse with her, integrate. Who is she? What does she think? What does she like, dislike? These you can answer for yourself. You are her and she you, but an outward projection of you. The Creator creating another experience in order to know itself. Ask her lots of questions and sit in silence to receive the answers. I thank Grandor for his time. He nods at me, shuts his spiritual eye, and falls back asleep.